Welcome back to the channel, gamers. So last time we left off, we pretty much found the origins of the Dark Man. He seems to be maybe the remnants of an ancient pharaoh that was trying to find a bridge between their world and the gods in order to receive favor for some kind of request. I'm still really struggling to find answers to a lot of our questions, and since we seem to be coming to the end of the story, I actually am kind of disappointed there wasn't more exploration involved. First and foremost, we spent half the game looking for this fabled area of Tarawea, and we probably spent 10 minutes of game time in there. I mean, there was a whole library supposedly of this knowledge of the universe, and we didn't even get to glance at like a book, like not one. There's tons of lore in there that the game could have brought to our attention and might have got a lot more clarity to the universe that we're a part of. That's really the strong suit of this game, is the mystery and the context behind everything that we're doing and what we're leading into. So that's just my 2 cents before we start. Thanks for joining me. It's always a pleasure. Let's get it started. All right, we still got a melee weapon from the crypt. I mean, we haven't really used our shotgun. Pistol ammo's pretty low, but I'm not even worried about combat at this point. And another thing, like trailing off from the intro, they didn't even diversify the enemies. You know what I mean? Like, supposedly this is going to be the last part of the game. And I mean, I understand this is a reimagining of the original, right? But like, mix up the enemies a little bit. We went through that entire sewer system and saw that giant spider crawl across the screen, and we didn't even encounter one. So I don't know. I don't mean to start off this episode like making complaints, but since we're coming to the final chapters of the game, I have to say, like, I wish there was more. I wish there was more to this game. Like, I like what's going on. Like, it's a great foundation, and you can see how this game definitely set the precedence for more successful franchises like Resident Evil. But, you know, I want more. What else is there to say? I'm guessing once we step through one of these doors, it's gonna go into a story animations. Yeah, right there.
If we can just get rid of Jeremy, everything will go back to normal.
That reminds me. I saw Miss Emily earlier. You remember her? You know she's Jeremy's niece.
She's looking for him.
That's right. She's helping us in her own way.
As long as she don't stand in the way of the mother of 1,000 young.
I don't think she knows or cares about that. She just helped Jeremy. I've been more worried about that Detective Carmen fella. He's been snooping around asking all kinds of questions.
God, it hurts.
I wish you would stop doing that. Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Okay, so right when we step through a door back into Dressetto, we find out that Batiste and his sister are really up to no good. And that's kind of disappointing, because I was hoping when the room... I mean, not disappointing. I mean, either way, like, I'll take a development either way in this game. But I was hoping they'd be, like, on our side of the room, when I feel like eventually we're all going to be in some kind of confrontation in the same room. You know, the final showdown or whatever. But you know, they're bad guys, so we got a Thompson, and we'll take care of them if we need to. Oh, look at all this rot growing. I don't know what the rot symbolizes either. Just have faith in the process, I guess. Definitely back to a known place.
What is going on here? It's blocked.
Okay. Go back there. So we're supposed to be going to Dr. Gray's office to break into there, because we made the connection that obviously he wrote the patient file, so he has something to do with this. So I want to make our way over there, but I also want to make sure we don't miss any collectibles. Here we go. There's one. I'm glad, because like when we were exploring these rooms before, they just seemed like pointless rooms. And with a game as like closed off as this, like being in Derceto Mansion, you would think you have all this real estate to explore mysteries, right? But I really don't feel like it gave us that liberty aside from these collectibles. Like at least give us that. Oh no. Preparation for St. John's.
We must have faith that Jeremy's pact with the Dark Man is a bluff. If we are lucky, our visitors will find him and prove it's all nonsense before night falls. What is true is our attempt to call on her. Too many things have happened for this evening to be in vain. Think of Jack and Cassandra, even Perosi, whose circumstances I can't understand. Grace is a goat without horns. She knows it and will play the role. You must talk to your brother, Baptiste. I worry that he will fail us. Mrs. Thompson.
So this is odd. So when I was reviewing some clues, it does make a reference that Astarte, I guess in the Egyptian lore, is some kind of goddess. And from the way Baptiste and his sister was talking, I'm thinking these group of people are trying to summon this goddess. And maybe the Dark Man is actually more or less a force for good, or a way to combat what they're trying to summon. But I don't know. And I guess the little girl is a goat now? I don't know.
It's blocked.
I wonder if I can get through any of these rooms. I know we've been in there. And this is the doctor's room that we can't get into yet. Oh. You hear it rumbling. Okay, get more collectibles. Need a key for that.
No need to overdo it. One shallow grave is enough.
Oh, I don't want to run into the orderlies right now. I should find another way.
Okay, that's where Baptiste and his sister are. Let's check out the library, see if we're missing anything in there. Well, I guess it's the only way to go, because we can't go through here. Clue. Lunacy and the Astarte Artist Colony.
Lunacy and the Astarte Artist Colony. A monograph by Yael Klein. In early 1909, the old Derceto plantation outside of New Orleans was turned into an artist's colony. 3 famous European artists rented the house and the surrounding land from the owner, the Ledoux family. The colony was chiefly run by Sebastian Cortez, who was playfully dubbed the captain by his collaborators, William Arges and Heinrich Kassel. The colony existed for 6 years, until one day all 12 members disappeared without a trace. It is widely believed that their disappearance is connected to the disastrous hurricane that passed through on September 29, 1915, but nothing truly supports this claim. What is known is their frequent participation in New Orleans nightlife, their love for hosting parties, and their elaborate contributions to the Mardi Gras parades as the Pirates of Pontchartrain. Accounts of their lifestyle can be found in almost every gossip column. It can effectively be summed up as carefree and bohemian. In late June 1909, the name Astarte first appeared in the newspapers. Cortez said the name came to him as he was painting. There is never any claim to knowing about the ancient Phoenician fertility goddess with the same name before this time. His fellow colonist Heinrich Kassel did know, because he later produced sculptures that show clear references to ancient idols of the goddess. It's impossible to know for sure how this name suddenly made an appearance, but it is interesting because of Derceto's history. Even the name Derceto is the Greek name of a Syrian fertility goddess. In the case of naming the plantation, Derceto was certainly not an accident. We know that Elijah Pickford intended to build a temple for his cult, for he had distributed pamphlets 2 years prior to the purchase of the land, advertising his intentions. His followers were estimated to be almost 100 men and women, mostly sailors, Maroons, and Cajuns, when the plantation was built. To outsiders, Dorsetto registered as an ordinary slave plantation, which enabled Pickford and his flock to remain hidden for decades. The official story is that the cult lasted until 1862, when the Union Army came and burned down the plantation and scattered all who lived there. Following the Civil War, new people started to congregate in the ruins of Dorsetto to invent a new fertility goddess, the Shub-Niggurath. As much as Dorsetto is a particular name to have heard of, it's not entirely uncommon among the learned. Astarte is equally known and could have been subconsciously chosen by well-read artists. Shub-Niggurath is, on the other hand, very uncommon. Almost impossible that anyone in Louisiana would have heard that name. The name is referenced only in rare books like Urnausprechlichen Kulten and the Necronomicon, and is believed to be a bastardization of Arabic words meaning pertaining to the dark young. The few paragraphs printed on the goddess are so upsetting that no one in their right mind would want to build a religion resting on such qualities. The Shub-Niggurath cult was hard to get rid of, but it is believed that despite the police jailing and killing several cultists over the years, the main culprit in the cult's demise is the cult itself, which seems to line up with every instance of cult activity on Dorsetto's grounds. When Captain J.W. Norton of the Union Army arrived, he described the people at Dorsetto as malnourished and maniacal. As much as the army tried to save them, they fought back with fervor, as if nothing was going to stop them from slowly destroying themselves. While the disappearance of the Astarte artist colony remains a mystery, the recurring motif seems to suggest that their fate involved lunacy and a hunger for self-sacrifice to that fertility goddess with 1,000 names.
Okay, I know that was a long document, but at least we know a little more, and I thought it was important to let you guys hear that whole thing, or pretty much anything that's in this episode that we discover, because there are just so many questions of what the actual hell is going on here, and what they're actually, what I guess what the various generation after generation cult is trying to call upon, I guess, a fertility goddess to give birth to something, maybe some kind of, you know, for lack of a better word, antichrist or dark child, like some all-powerful entity that needs to be brought into the world from a different dark dimension or whatever. But yeah, there we have it. I mean, the place has a history of cult activity where whatever they're trying to accomplish takes dramatic and dire effects on even the cult members that are trying to bring it to fruition. So I imagine what we're doing right now, we're currently involved in the most recent activities of this cult, and possibly all the disappearances of people that Detective Carnsby was talking about is because of these cult activities. But I'm still trying to understand, like, why we should give two hoots about it. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the story. I don't know, maybe I just woke up today and was just like, this story isn't good enough. Not that I'm not having fun, but maybe there's just too much confusion in the air where I don't care about it enough in the first place for me to be this confused about it. We remember this room where we got our pants scared off.
No evidence back there. He trust me. I followed him.
It's Grace in there. Maybe there's something we missed out here. I haven't really uncovered any of those secret objectives yet. I did finish some collectibles and looked at their forbidden knowledge, and it adds a little bit more to the story, but nothing substantial, in which I was hoping, you know, you could go through this entire game and not feel like you missed something in the story by not getting the collectibles, or at least in the forbidden knowledge territory. Oh. Keep our secrets.
Mrs. Thompson, I understand the last week has been busy. Under these circumstances, I find it important to remind you that Derceto's concerns are not a public matter, nor is it something that should upset you. Please continue your excellent work, and don't spend a thought on the death of Perosi, or, more importantly, the suicide of Cassandra Beauregard. They should mean nothing to you or the staff. I rely on your loyalty, and trust that your close kinship with the Tabois siblings will keep Derceto's secrets hidden. Dr. Gray.
That leads me to believe that that grouchy lady that was burying that mummified cat, like doing a voodoo ritual, is actually trying to stop what's going on in here, but she coincidentally is kind of tight with Batiste and his sister. But, you know, judging from what we encountered when we first started the episode, like, they're not up to it. They don't have good intentions at all. Just want to check down here, see if we can go back in. Another key. I guess that's another reason why all this real estate, like not being able to access, or the fact that the story doesn't branch into like the whole the whole area of Derceto. Like, why give us all this real estate and then lock all the doors behind us? Like, you could have made them pathways for items, more interesting lore, and instead I don't know, positive mindset. Gotta ditch this attitude right now. I guess these are thoughts I've been harboring from our second episode, and now that supposedly this is our final chapter, I'm just kind of irritated that... Whoa. That kind of startled me. I'm just kind of irritated that it didn't turn out how I thought it would. Okay, we're back here.
I need the key.
Yeah, I know. We need keys for everything. We're supposed to break in here somehow, but the last time we were here, we couldn't access it at all. More collectibles. Can't go in there. Maybe we gotta go back upstairs?
Mr. Waits must have had a spare key to Dr. Gray's office, but where?
Dude, if we have to revisit similar real estate to find a clue to get to this safe so much farther down the line in this game, that's gonna be so, like, the fact that we couldn't discover it before, and it just happens to be like sitting on a shelf that we previously were in a room, like, that's gonna be super dumb to me. Oh.
Hey, little lady, how's your evening been going?
Ups and downs, I suppose.
I hear that. We all live in the life of an elevator operator.
Are you all right, sweetie?
Do you want to see my mask, miss? I'm making it for St. John's.
No, I want to know why you stabbed us. That's what I want to know.
How did you... Is that supposed to be my... Ow!
Ooh!
You should learn your place, little girl.
Why are you acting this way? What did I ever do to you?
Grace! Grace!
Dude, there is something wrong with that girl. All right, we got stabbed and straight up slapped in the face. How much more abuse are we gonna take from this little girl? But did Grace call us a little girl? Oh, dude, he's out cold. First floor hall key.
I'll just borrow these.
At least he's breathing. I'll just let him sleep it off.
And here's something else we haven't.
There's something missing.
Oh, got some more stuff in Beauregard's room, which apparently she did commit suicide. We read in the doctor's notes that she was a suicide risk, or she already attempted suicide already. And I guess this is, and she was wheelchair bound, so I guess this is, you know, her belongings. Okay, a little collectible. The last page. Oh, I guess her movie she was writing.
Jeremy knew that the only one who could help him now was the guest in room number 3. The room seemed to have been empty for so long, but that wasn't allowed to be true. The story needed to be different, to include something from the outside. He would bring the guest back to room 3 and show them what was in that safe. 913. But those were not the right numbers. That was the combination for the safe in the clerk's office.
Okay, so 2 things. We got the combination for the safe, so we can eventually open that. I don't know what it's going to give us, but more importantly, I'm pretty sure Cassandra Beauregard is the narrator for the majority of our clues, so that's a nice little tidbit. Detective Carnby? Who's writing a detective?
Detective Carnby, I'm terribly sorry that my niece has pulled you into this mess. Please, with all my blessings, take her away from this cursed place. I have destroyed that eater of worlds and locked it away in the attic and retreated to a place of hiding. Tell Emily I'm safe. Tell her all the lies you can think of to make her listen. Take her back to New Orleans. Sincerely, Jeremy.
Okay, so maybe that's how Detective Carnsby ended up in the attic when we reappeared from the sunken pyramid. But we didn't find anything that he buried up there, unless we're gonna revisit the attic later. But there was a noose that I guess alludes to the fact that someone committed suicide, but I don't know. Okay, I guess it is a good thing that we're revisiting all these places. Seems to be stuff in these rooms. Trust me.
Brother, I need you to trust me. This is the most important moment in our family's history. I know you have doubts and that the terrible Mama Loa told you lies. I would never betray you. I promise. Lottie.
Okay, yeah, because that from the first episode, we did know that voodoo priestess that we found, I guess her dwelling, we found the first like medallion dial piece to switch between realms. She did give a prediction that Batiste would be killed by someone he loved, and I guess I thought that was going to be like a significant other, but I guess it was alluding to the fact that it was the sister. We got the combination, so we're gonna check the safe, and then we're gonna use this key to finally go in this freaking door over here that has been has denied us since the first episode.
don't know the combination. Wait, maybe I do.
Yeah, you definitely do.
It worked.
Okay, we got the office key. Empty room.
The last guest in the empty room suffered from severe maladaptation. I must write this down, because if I understand the condition sufficiently, it could make me deny this fact at a later date. And there is reason for me to think I may come to suffer the consequences from this dysfunction, as some who came in contact with the guest seemed to adopt a new worldview in which everything was predetermined but broken. Upon accepting this worldview, some memories became unmanageable and later rejected. I do not know what this means. I cannot even remember the fate of the guest. I think they were simply misplaced one day and forgotten. Just like all documents pertaining to this guest, they have all been destroyed, or they never existed in the first place. Who wrote this? There has never been a guest in the empty room.
I don't know what the big deal about this empty room is, but apparently there was a guest that was here, but no one remembers? I don't know. We need to press on.
Here we are, Dr. Gray's office. Now let's see if we can find some answers.
I would love some answers. Cassandra's thing.
I have finished tidying up Miss Beauregard's belongings. I will leave it to you to contact her agent and have them collect her things. I found one of Grace's drawings she might want back, along with this key in her room, which I believe you've been looking for, Mrs. Thompson.
Another key. Stairwell key. Oh, I guess that's for by the attic. Okay, we're getting a lot of significant pieces right now. Jeremy's treatment. Oh, this ought to be good.
Dearest Dr. Manzetti, I find myself in a losing battle with my patient. As I've disclosed in my previous letter, his delusions have him completely captured. It's bad enough that he is torturing himself with paranoia, but his madness turns out to be quite persuasive to others, effectively laying the ground for mass delusion. I am writing to you in hope that you can give me some guidance. Beyond my ambition to avoid devastating surgery on my patient, I have grown worried about my own defenses. The words of my patient are deranged, yet they often resonate with something primitive within me. I have tried photographing his brain with X-rays. It was surprisingly difficult to get good results. Dark blotches on the plates kept obscuring all details. My patient looked at the bad plates and cried out in terror, telling me the dark areas was the shadow of the worm, eating him from inside. I could not see anything out of the ordinary. I hope this is a sign that my mind is not as receptive to the madness as I had feared. After further inquiry, my patient described the shadows inside his mind as some kind of chthonic monstrosity that wants to undermine his sanctuary. This is clearly a reference to a place he calls Teroea, a sort of library or convent that works as a psychological haven. With this imaginary haven threatened by this Chthonian, he has now constructed another, less pleasant hiding spot. Lately, he has been bringing up a metaphor of a steamboat that has run aground, that he feels like he needs to start the engines and reverse, but he is afraid that the hole in the hull would cause the whole ship to sink. I've been watching him turn this metaphor into reality for the last week. He knows it's made up, but he is doubling down, trying to make it a real memory. I feel certain that this is my chance to break through the barriers of his self-deceit.
So this just keeps getting more convoluted. I don't even know what to think. All right, let's get through this door. Oh, I don't want to go through another chase scene. So he's pointing to the empty room that a couple of notes referred to. Let's do some exploring before we go in there. This is the lawyer's room. Sweet, more empty boxes. What we game for.
Sometimes I think this place makes me worse. That Derceto might be my grave. A coffin made of ostentatious architecture. A Taj Mahal for the drunken depressed. There's something about Derceto. Something about Dr. Gray. Like we all pretend that we're here to get better, when in fact we are here to be forgotten.
Just a little sad note to himself. But it still references to that Derceto is like a place for outcasts.
Ruth, are you there?
Oh.
No, of course not.
We're in Ruth's room. Oh, a puzzle. All right, we know we're gonna have to come back here at some point. Whoa. Hey, that's like the club that Ruth brought us to when we came down the elevator. We were running from the Dark Man from Paraguay.
What is going on here?
And we are conveniently at the stairwell we need to use this key at. All right, to the infirmary. Yikes. Oh. Jesus. Surgery room key. Use. I guess you need more than one.
Hypothetical psychosurgery based on the ideas by Burkhardt and the St. Petersburg research could end up saving Jeremy's mind. Severing the connections around the frontal lobe would certainly solve most mental afflictions. The procedure would be brutal in performance, as well as in efficiency. An ice pick pushed through the edge of the eye and into the skull would untether the nerves like Alexander cutting the Gordian knot. As this would likely leave Jeremy in a very different condition, all other paths should first be explored. The medical instrument I would need for this lobotomy is missing, and I should have Waits order a new one.
Damn, so they're about to lobotomize Jeremy? Dude, I'm feeling worse and worse for this dude. I mean, the times he's been around us, he seems like on the more rational part of sane. Sometimes he has his moments, but I wouldn't wish a lobotomy on anybody.
Radiography. Patient Jeremy Hartwood. Date June 14, 1930. Plates. Jeremy's skull proved difficult to capture properly. Partial radiographs worked best. A complete picture of the brain can be assembled by piecing 3 plates together. Observations. Even when looking at an assembled version, a shadow covers significant parts of Jeremy's brain. Possible tumor, but more likely that the equipment is failing. Jeremy reacted strongly to the pictures and claimed to see a giant clay worm eating and displacing his memories. Notes. While this exercise has left me nowhere closer to an answer, I feel confident that a Burkhart lobotomy should sever all necessary parts.
Dang, they really want to go through with the surgery for Jeremy. Jesus.
What's happening?
Dude, that was probably the most graphic jump scare we've got to date. That was kind of disturbing. Oh, we got another x-ray. Went to the surgery room, I guess. Oh, it's a recorder.
I hear voices. What do you hear, Jeremy? Whisperings. A giant. It's the young. They're praising her. The mother. Tell us what they are saying. What are they saying, Jeremy? Ever the praises, abundance to the black goat of the woods. Hear us, mother, and take pity on us. This is some messed up stuff. Right. What else, Jeremy? Accept our sacrifices and judge our work. Iha! 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 Shabnagarad! Iha! Shabnagarad! The black goat of the woods with a thousand yards!
Jesus, I can't listen to that anymore. But okay, so if they're referring to this goddess as a black goat of the woods, but they also refer to Grace as their black goat. So maybe this goddess is embodying Grace, or maybe Grace is a youth that's affected by whatever ritual. Because they say, Jeremy was saying, screaming in that recording, surrounded by the young, and she's the only child around here. So I don't know, just more speculation. There you go, easy enough.
Oh, that's better.
Let's see what the narrator has to say.
Dr. Grace seemed to put a lot of effort into understanding and treating Jeremy. Did he find anything useful? Or was it all for show? An excuse to torture him? No matter what, Emily thought, maybe she could follow his work to some conclusion about the steps stipulated in the contract.
Now, the clues we picked up thus far allude to the fact that this cult is kind of afraid that if Jeremy's pact with the Dark Man is true, it could stop whatever they're trying to bring forth. So maybe the doctor was trying to lobotomize him because in case it was true, he wouldn't be a threat. Oh, what is that? Jeremy's darkness. What? A broken piece of burned clay? It's sized to just being a part of a statue. Okay. I guess we solved that puzzle. I don't even know where that goes to. What? Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, we underwater? Run. Run, Emily. Oh, hurry up. Emily, move your ass. Uh-oh. I didn't even think about that. I thought we were about to take that rowboat and float away or something. Oh, man. What? Go up? We are going up. What? Are we finally going to be able to get in the attic? Yes, we are.
I guess I never got a chance to look around this place.
Oh, we know. Okay. The statue's got to be up here, right? This is where we appeared after we came out of last episode. Jeremy Hartwood, let's open it up. Okay, just another puzzle. Done. Oh, numbers. 641. That's the, I think that might be the combination to the safe in the empty room that they were talking about. Oh. Oh. Another dream world? Intriguing. I didn't think we'd be going into another dream world. Can we hop down? We can't hop down. Oh, this is
familiar somehow.
This is
Hello?
the.
Is anyone there?
Jeremy, where are you?
I'm stuck in the mud and the bayou is taking me.
Jeremy, can you hear
The
me?
motor is dead. I can't do anything more.
Hang on, Jeremy. I'll get the boat running. I'll get you out of here.
This is what he talked about, like some kind of, like his dreams felt like a steamboat that ran aground. Man, I'm just waiting for something to pop out. Okay, I still got a melee weapon. Okay. So we found the spiders. That was both terrifying and a relief as far as our gaming experience, but that was super gross. Oh, awesome. Okay, so as soon as we make a complaint, the game's like, here, you want diversity, have at it. Damn it. Eat my words. This might be shotgun territory, gamers. I don't want those spiders touching me. Not once. Or maybe Thompson. Ooh, pistol, okay. Want to move slow. Oh, that spider was gross.
The boat is run aground, crashed right into the bayou. If I get the motor running, I could try backing into the river.
Wow, this is bigger than I expected. Oh. Oh! Didn't even give chase. Go down. Ew. Oh. That thing's gross. It's like the mixture of a spider and a mollusk. There we go. Someone came packing. Ooh, an axe. Nice. Good find. I'm getting all turned around, I'm not gonna lie. And there are tons of throwables around. Oh, dude, if a big, like, spider nest comes out. Oh, that's gonna give me the heebie-jeebs. Ooh, look at all these circles. A freaking bucket of axes. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad omen. Sledgehammer. I want to use the axe, but the sledgehammer is a smarter play.
I can break this. I just need to...
Okay. We're just busting this ship up.
Yeah.
Okay, finally progress. Okay. Power.
I think it just needs fuel to run.
Empty gas can. Now we need gas, right? And we have power. So let's go to the winch. Oh. Dude, this music is creepy. Oh! Throwable, throwable. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, 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 it's on my face, but I can't see it. Get off me, get off me, get off me. I can't see. Back up. Back up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Health, health, health. Run, Emily. Run, Emily. Run. Run, 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 run. Get off me. Oh. Oh my gosh, run. I'm not playing. Get away. Oh my god. Oh my, dude, I have goosebumps right now. Oh. Oh. Dude, that tanked us. We definitely need to take advantage of throwables. We gotta get ourselves an axe. Our health is baloney right now. This isn't good at all. Oh no! Thompson. What? We're out of Thompson ammo. What are we doing, gamers? Crap. Oh, I hear more. This music is something else. Let's get the hell out of here. Damn, man. We wasted a lot of good resources right there. We were being so good all game. Damn it. Thompson ammo gone just like that. I think I hear regular spaghetti monsters in here now. There they are. More spaghetti monsters. Oh no. No. What? Talk about every bullet counting right now. Okay. Little reprieve and a shovel. Okay, cool. Sacred shovel. Give us some love, game. Okay. Back on top with some ammo. I mean, I feel good that we still have our shotgun ammo, but our Thompson ammo is tanked.
Jeremy?
Are you ready to tell me what's happening?
What's happening?
I put a rope around my neck, and then I strangled all life from my body.
Uncle!
Are you under the impression that you died? Yes. No. I was supposed to die. What does that mean to you? That you were supposed to die?
I'm the catalyst. I had to die to make the story happen.
What story? What are you referring to, Jeremy?
30 years ago, Frederic needed me to die.
Jeremy!
You're not making any sense, Jeremy. Come back. Find your focus.
Uncle?
I cheated everyone. I didn't play my part. I escaped my doom. Destiny!
Again, find your focus.
Jeremy!
Now everything is wrong. Nothing is in place.
Hey, listen to me. We're gonna drown.
Calm down, Miss Hartwood. You're not in any danger.
But Jeremy, he was here, wasn't he?
Miss Hartwood, I am beginning to suspect your family curse is catching up with you. Have you ever talked to a doctor about your condition?
Oh, no.
No, I was just confused. I thought I saw him for a moment. I'm fine. I'll let you be.
Miss, I want you to know I'm here to help, if you need me.
Dude, I don't know how Emily keeps playing off these parts. Like, she'll randomly appear. Like, last episode when we appeared in the attic, she just plays off as if she didn't spend like 2 or so odd hours in another dimension fighting monsters and solving a mystery. She just snaps out of it mid-conversation between other main characters and it's just like, no, well, we're cool. And even more so in that one, I hate to think that this game is turning into, like, the storyline is turning into that Emily is actually the patient, or she's maybe the patient that was in the missing room or whatever. But it's kind of leaned toward it that Emily's kind of losing her mind a little bit as well. All right, gamers, I think that's going to wrap up this episode of Alone in the Dark. I think there was a lot of decent developments in this episode. There was a lot of articles we picked up that gave us a little more backstory on what the cult might be up to. Seems like they're on this quest to I guess raise this goddess that is the mother of 1,000 dark young up from the dead, or at least that's what I can surmise, simply because when we read that one article, they referred to the Necronomicon, which is, you know, the Book of the Dead, more or less, at least from, you know, media interpretations I've watched. Another exciting part about our run today was our trip to another dream world. I really didn't see that coming. Seeing how there's only 4 chapters in the game, and we just started it in this video, I really thought it was going to be like this sudden bullet train to the end of the game, and I feel like we still have a lot more to uncover. Something else to consider in this episode was that last page of Cassandra Beauregard's script. It's like she was writing the story of what may have been happening in Derceto before we came along to look for our uncle. So I'm really kind of curious in the direction of this game, because I felt like this episode was starting to part ways from what we covered up to this point as far as the Dark Man and what's going on with Jeremy. And poor Jeremy, we got the notes down in the surgery room that they were going to lobotomize him, and there's some connection with the doctor that we're still not aware of yet. I appreciate you guys joining me for this episode. For anybody who's old to the channel, anybody who's new to the channel, you are always welcomed. I'm just another gamer. Save a gamer, save a life, and I'll catch you on that next episode.